Hi folks, part number 2 on our firewood harvest. This is just a few pieces that I brought back from another tree I cut down. Sorry, I would have shown it to you in a previous video, but like I said in the previous video, my battery died, so I had to charge the battery up overnight. But this was a large shag bark hickory that had been dying. I could see it from the house. It was a couple hundred yards away, and it had been dying, and so I was ready to harvest it. I could have probably done it last year, but I didn't get around to it and didn't need it last year, so now we're doing it. I'm hoping that it's dry enough that if I split it and let it season for a few months, that by maybe the end of January or early February it'll be dry enough that I can burn it. I'll have to see. Some of it's already splitting in the center, as wood tends to do when it dries out, and around the edges the wood is already starting to decay. So it was definitely dead. It's not green. It's just a question of how much water was still within the fibers of the wood, just because of the wet year that we had. So next part of this video I'll take you to where the stump is and where the pieces are cut up. I still have some to cut, and I can show you some of that, but I'm probably going to get at least a good cord of wood out of this tree, so that's good. I'm curious to see how it's going to burn, because what I've been told is that hickory actually has more BTUs than oak when it burns, so it'll be hotter and burn longer. I have some hickory here on my farm, but most of those trees are healthy, so I don't want to cut the healthy trees, so I haven't cut much. I think I might have had a stump or two that I had cut up in the last couple of years left over from when the timbering was done, but I don't remember how it burned. So I'm curious to see how this will compare to other oak that I'm burning, or maple, and some of the other hardwoods. But hopefully it'll be good and hot and burn long for the deepest, darkest part of the winter when I need it the most, and we'll see what happens. So I'll come back to you with the next part of this. So thanks for watching. Okay, remembered the tripod today, so maybe this will be a bit better video. Here I am where the tree was brought down. You can see there's several pieces that I had cut. So now I want to go and finish cutting up the top, say the top third of the tree there in the distance. So I'll film a little bit of that. I'll show you the tree as we go along through here. As you can see, this was a fairly large tree. Chainsaw bar is 18 inches, so I'd say it's probably about 20 to 24 inches at the base, so it's a fairly large tree, and the wood is still pretty good, so hang in there. once again, it's the Steel Farm Boss in action. Blade is starting to get, the chain is starting to get a little dull. So I'm going to have to sharpen that with the amount of wood that I've been cutting. It's going to need to be at least hand sharpened a bit to make it more usable. I've cut now all the way to the upper crotch of the tree. It was like a V branch up near the top. So all of these are solid pieces. I've got to get them about 30 yards to where my truck is parked at the end of the brush here. I'm going to just do that in a wheelbarrow because they're too heavy really to carry. But it's going to be a good burning tree, I'm sure. Probably about a cord of firewood till all is said and done. Once I get it all back to the house, then what I've got to do is split it and stack it. So maybe we'll show you some of that. You've already seen other videos of the wood splitter in action, so I won't spend a lot of time on that. You know how that works. So just wanted to show you how we harvest the firewood in the woods, and a chainsaw in operation for you. So thank you for watching. We'll be back with the next part of this.